In the last class, we have discussed about HTML and HTML5 elements. There are few more things where we have to concentrate on HTML also, but for that you need more understanding about website development on top. Okay, yeah, don't worry about head section. In the head section, whatever happens, like applying the title and meta tag, that will be discussed in the Saturday. Okay, more information about HTML and CSS will be discussed separately on the Saturday. Don't worry about it. Applications, different possible use cases, all these things. Okay, so now let us move to the next aspect, that is called as styling a page. So for example, here we have index.html. When I open this index.html, it looks like this. It is okay. In fact, basically your HTML introduced or invented for one small reason, that is newspaper format. That means earlier our documents were in this particular format. Can you see this approach? Something in this particular boxes kind of, this kind of approach was there in the old times. Vintage newspaper. Not only this, even Times of India, uh, Times newspaper in 80. In 1980s, the newspaper is in this way. Times of India are normal also. So here my point to tell you is HTML introduced only to display this kind of approach. HTML was actually invented only to achieve a particular web page in this way. Okay, for this tables are sufficient, H1s, H2s are sufficient, whatever the basic things are there, that is enough. But slowly website needs have improved or increased day by day. So obviously they need something, right? We need some better approach. That better approach is, nothing but your CSS or styling. Okay, so to make this particular web page in a better look and feel, we can make use of styling. So separate styling can be created. The best example for separate styling is, let me start with this. Okay, here I am directly applying. Okay guys, no need, I'll show this. So H1, so this harmony should display in a better style, that means better color. How can I give the color? So directly attribute cannot be given color is equal to red. So this will not make, let me run the server. So now I tried to apply color is red, but there is no attribute as such color with a name called color. So definitely you need to use a better, the right way. That is, you have to apply, if you want to apply any style inside the first, that is inside the opening tag of a particular element, you are supposed to use an attribute called style. In this attribute, you have to pass the properties. For example, you want color. Color is a property. To that property, you can apply your interested color, that is red. So when I save this and refresh this page, you get our money in red color. I want to apply another style for Jay Shankar. So style is equal to, I want to change the font family or else the font style, not style, there are different things. Font style is different, font weight is different, font family is different. If you want to change the font, okay, it should display in a different font, then you have to use font font, family family is, that's up to you. For example, instead of by default Georgia Times New Roman Times serif will be given. So if you want a new style, you please apply like this Lucida Sans. I'll tell you what is exactly this. You don't need to put all these things because that is a default suggestion given by Visual Studio Code. So here I have to give the font family in this single quotes as a string. Here it is, Lucida Sans. So I don't want, sir, I want a different Arial. There is a font family called Arial. You can apply this. So now Jay Shankar is being displayed in a family, font family called Arial. Okay. So, but if the font family name is having a space, that is, it is a two-lettered statement, then you have to use this, that particular font family name, Lucida Sans. Font family is Lucida space Sans, correct? So now it is being displayed in the Lucida Sans font family. Okay. So this is how we can understand the how to apply the styles. Okay, yes, it is not only about one particular property. You can apply two properties at a time to a particular element. So Vamsi, I want to show in a better style. So style is equal to font variant, no, sorry, font style is, I want to try this Gill Sans. Font style is equal to Gill Sans. Let us see how Vamsi look. GILL space SA font style kada family, sorry. There is something wrong. No, the mistake was not in the line number 6. The mistake was in the line number 5, where I did not close the Lucida Sans. That got applied to Jay Shankar, but problem has been given to Vamsi. That is the second line. Okay, let me apply Arial to this. Font family is Arial. Yes, it is being applied. So Gill Sans is not getting applied. That's okay. That happens. If you want Comic Sans, Okay, something not working, it's okay. See, ultimately you have to apply some font here, Arial, Verdana or something. The question is, the point here is, okay, I am able to understand how to apply the font. Along with that, both things should be done. Along with the form, I want to apply a different color to Shankar. So after font family, property and the respective value. After this, you have to put a comma and apply the second property, comma, color, no comma, please, not comma. It should be a semicolon. Color is green. So every property and value in the property value pair, every property value pair separated by semicolon in style. So now Shankar will be applied with both Lucida Sans as well as green. Okay, so any number of properties you can apply one after the other like this. Okay, how many properties are there? How to remember that? Don't worry, I have a solution for that. But first of all, you have to understand how to write style for an element. Once you understood what how to write a style for an element, the next thing you have to go through is this kind of style. For example, Shankar style liked by everybody. Imagine everyone wants that color and everybody wants that Lucida Sans. Then how can I apply to all the H1s of your page? So the very simple way is, you have to copy this and you have to put it everywhere. Save and refresh. So everybody now, even let me change this style also. All the H1s are now in the Lucida Sans as well as green color. But Praveen is also needed. So again, I have to copy it and paste it. If I have 980 H1s in my entire website, is it good to copy in every website like this? Every H1 like this? Very bad. So we have to define all the styling in one particular place. That is possible by a new element called style element. Inside the style element, first you have to mention the name of the element, open bracket, close bracket. This is the body of the style. In this body of the style, you have to mention font family is, let us apply Cambria. Cambria. So now imagine, see this. Now I need not to mention the style for every so for everybody, for every H1, we got a family, we got a font family called Cambria. No, sir, I want Arial. Yes, you don't worry, Arial, apply the Arial. Leave about this, okay? I know it will be confusing. These are what are those things, that is extensions. So font family Arial is sufficient. So all the H1s in the page will be applied with the Arial. So here, first you have to select, you have to mention the name of the element to which you want to apply a font. It is very good because if you go to any website, all the H1s are generally in the same font. I mean, even the size also. So you have to mention in only one particular place that will be applied to the entire body, entire page. You need not to worry about it. Okay, right. So when you are writing the style for a particular element that is specific to the element, I am writing the style for h1 element. So all the h1 elements in the page will be applied with font family as Arial. Like the same, you can apply more than one property to in the same place. So here after font family, you can apply color is equal to red. So both these properties are applied on the h1s of your page. Wherever the h1 is there, all the h1s are now with font family Arial and color red. Okay, right. This is how we can apply the styles also. And this way of applying the style is called as embedded styling or internal styling. This is what I mean, the name of the styling. And if you apply the styling like this, yes, you call it as embedded styling or internal styling. Earlier we wrote it something like this: style is equal to font weight bold. Okay, so Praveen has come in the bold format. Okay, already that will be there. Font variant is hmm, array. Hmm. Font variant is not this. Font style italic comes and font style. Sorry for that. Font style is equal to. So H1 here you can see Praveen is in the H6. Praveen is in the italic. You may be not able to see that. You apply here. You can see Praveen is now in the italic along with H2 styling. Okay. And this way of styling is called as inline style. In the same line, if you apply the style, it is called inline style. So this is this way is inline styling. And of course, sir, this is called comments. Okay, these are all these lines will not be included in the code. They will be for reading purpose. They are just for code explanation. Okay, this is inline styling, and these two are this kind of styling is called as internal styling. Okay, but overall, the point to understand is, first of all, where you want to apply the style is very important. In the inline styling, yes, directly we write it in the element itself, but when it comes to internal styling, first of all, you should know to which particular element you should apply the style. So your preparation should be very much predictive. What do you mean by predictive? Why I am saying that word predictive? So you have to write, okay, all these h1 should be coming and in this way, like that. You have to first prepare yourself how the h1 should look like and kind of. Okay, and this particular part is called as this particular part H1 before this open bracket and close bracket, this is called as selector. Selector. Imagine I have a Word document. Imagine I have the page like this. In this page, I want to apply some different style for this particular part. I like code and oranges. Something for that I want to apply some different color. How can I apply a different color to that particular line?
You can give class set for the particular line.
We- Yeah, Chapandi, what do we can give?
For that particular line, we have to give a div, and for that div, we have to take a class. And
Sir,
for that,
ఇది ఒక వర్డ్ డాక్యుమెంట్ అండి.
okay.
వర్డ్ డాక్యుమెంట్ లో ఒక దానికి స్టైల్ ఎట్లా అప్లై చేస్తారని అడుగుతున్నారు.
No, it's for what?
ఐడియా
పైన ఉన్నాయి కదా సార్ ఇక్కడ
వారు ఎవరు నో ఐడియా? I just want to know that word. Who said no idea?
Sir, it's like Srinivas. You can apply from there, sir. Styles. Yeah, bo.
కాదు, ఆ యాక్టివిటీ లేకపోతే కష్టం సార్. నో ఐడియా ఏంటండి? ఒక వర్డ్ డాక్యుమెంట్ ఇచ్చాను, దానికి స్టైల్ ఎట్లా అప్లై చేయాలో తెలియదు అంటే నో ఐడియా ఎట్లా అవుతుంది? చెప్పండి, ఇప్పుడు ఎట్లా అప్లై చేస్తాం?
పైన బోల్డ్ ఇటాలిక్ ఉన్నాయి కదా సార్ అక్కడ.
Bold, yeah.
దాన్ని ఏం చేయాలి? ప్లీజ్ మై డియర్ డాక్యుమెంట్, ప్లీజ్ అప్లై బోల్డ్ టు దిస్ అని అంటే బోల్డ్ అయిపోతుంది.
We have to select that particular word and we have to click on that bold.
ఆ వర్డ్ నాకు కావాలి, ఆ స్టేట్మెంట్ కావాలి. ఐ వాంట్ దట్ స్టేట్మెంట్. we have to select. మీరు దేనికి అప్లై చేయాలనుకుంటున్నారు? on what particular place you want to apply some style. First you have to select చేసి after selecting it you have to apply the style, right? So this the word, the selection is very important. You have to select. For example, I want to select this part and this part. So first I will select, I will apply, I will select, I'll apply. So the selection is important, right? Before, if you want to apply any style or anything, you have to first take it as a selection. First మీరు చేయాల్సింది selection. So if you have a big web page, if you want to perform some styling, first what you should do? Select the element where that is selected. So here what did I do? I have selected the H1s and I have applied the properties to that H1s, styles to the H1s. Okay, so overall the selection is more important, right? And selection is more important and we have to apply them. Next is we have to understand how to write the selectors. Okay, how to select an element. So element selections can be possible with the names, and we call them as element selectors. I repeat, element selectors. Or else, apart from that, you can apply an ID to an element, and you can use the ID to apply the style. For example, here I can keep Vamsi with an ID is equal to DD. So I can I can select the element by using IDs. Hash DD, that means hash DD will select this particular element. Already H1 is selected, right? I remove the H1, leave it. I don't want to show you that element, okay? No style, nothing. I now want to select the element and I can apply the styling like color red. The red color got applied to only Vamsi. Why? Because it is having an ID, DD, and through DD, that is through ID, in the style, I selected that element first. So this hash symbol with some characters, that particular combination will select an element whose ID is DD. Okay, right. But if I want to apply the same color to another element, again to another element, I cannot give the same ID because ID should not be repeated. Of course, HTML don't complain. HTML don't say anything wrong. HTML don't throw error. It will accept that also, but that is not the good practice. So DD is not the right thing. I mean, through ID, applying style is not a great idea. So when you want to apply the same style, listen to me carefully. If you want to apply the same style to more than one element, then we have to define all those elements under one class. So if you want to apply a style to more than one element, you have to put all those elements under one class. So Vamsi and Praveen are under one class. What is the name of that class? Redhead class. Okay. This is very, very important aspect for object orientation also. Even in the object orientation, we have objects. All those objects are coming under one class. Why do they come under one class? They follow the same properties. Okay, but here little different. That is, first we keep all the elements which are coming under the same type with a class declaration. That means I declared this H1 as a class redhead and this H1 as a class redhead, so that these two elements are under the same class. Okay. So first declare the elements under the same class. And once you declare this element under same class, imagine. So now there is no change. Yeah. You can declare dot with a dot symbol, dot, what happened? Dot, the name of the class, that is redhead, open bracket, close bracket. Here you can apply more styling like font family, color red. Every property value should be separated by semicolon here. Okay, red, border 10 px solid. I'll come back to this border. Padding 20 px. When you are applying color red with quotations, it didn't take it. Okay, be careful. So Vamsi and Praveen are displayed under a different color. How that is happened? Because they are all declared and they both of them are declared under one class, and based on the class name, I have defined a different style, so that that style will be applied to the all elements whose class name is redhead. Okay, I want to apply the same class to Amani. How can I do that? I want to apply the same style to the Amani.
We just need to give a class name.
ఓకే జయశంకర్, ప్లీజ్ కామ్ డౌన్. మీకు స్టైల్ వచ్చి అనుకుంటా మంచిగా. ఒక్క నిమిషం వాళ్ళని ఆలోచించండి, ఏమనుకోకండి, వాళ్ళని ఆలోచించనివ్వండి ప్లీజ్. ఓకే, డోంట్ టేక్ మీ రాంగ్. ఓకే, వాళ్ళు కొంచెం థింక్ చేయండి. యా, చెప్పండి. ఆమెనికి కూడా సేమ్ కలర్, సేమ్ ఫాంట్, సేమ్ మార్జిన్ ప్యాడింగ్, సేమ్ స్టైలింగ్ రావాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? వాట్ ఐ షుడ్ డు?
సేమ్ క్లాస్ నేమ్ ఇవ్వాలి సార్. ఆ మనీ కూడా సేమ్ క్లాస్ నేమ్ రెడెడ్ అని ఇవ్వాలి.
Very good. Make the Amani also of the same class.
So it's read head.
Read head. Apply the class name, same class name to the Amani also. So, and now I want to apply Jayashri also in the same, same styling. I want to see Jayashri also in the same styling. What do I do? Apply Jayashri also with the same class name. Okay, so this is how we can create classes, we can create styles, and we can apply the style to the respective elements. Okay, now sometimes, see here, sometimes a particular element may be under more than two classes. I repeat, so in my school I will be under 9A, 8A, 3A, third class nunchi in A section. Okay, so I was under A section. Of course, I am also under one more class that is called as this one. What is that? Cricket class. I am a regular team member for the cricket team, school cricket team and college cricket team. I am also a regular member for my school NCC team. I am also a regular member for my college cultural team. So how many classes I am under? I'm a cricketer, I'm a music player, I'm a NCC cadet, I'm also under A section, 9th class. Okay, anyways, this is, so I can have multiple classes, I can be under multiple classes, not as a academic one, on cultural and sports mechanism. So is it possible to apply multiple classes to the same element? My question is it possible to apply multiple classes to the same element? Of course,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
So Jayashri also a singer. Okay, so Jayashri is redhead and singer. So yes, I can apply. singer. Okay, but while I am applying, I had to use dot singer, open bracket, close bracket, font style is italic. So now Jayashree comes under italic also. Even I want to what to say, I have defined the style now, and on I also want to apply Srinivas is also a singer. Okay, class is equal to singer. What will happen? Srinivas is also comes under italic. Can you see the italicness of Srinivas? Yes. Okay. Redhead Amani is also a singer. Imagine. So redhead. So now sometimes we may have two things. I mean, two classes. I want to apply special style to those elements which are having two classes. Two in the sense, sometimes they may have multiple classes also. Okay. I want to select those two things. When okay, నా ఉద్దేశం ఏంటంటే రెండు క్లాసెస్ ఉన్న ఎలిమెంట్స్ ని మాత్రమే సెలెక్ట్ చేయాలనుకోండి. I want to select those elements which are having both the class names. Yes, that is possible. How, sir? See here. Dot redhead dot singer. Be careful. Redhead, it is a combination. Redhead singer. Both are there for, if both are there in a particular element, then don't give any space. Without space, you continue like this. Dot redhead and dot singer. Background color is equal to pink. Pink. So now if I refresh this page, why Amani and Jayashree are selected with pink color background? Because I have created a selector in such a way that both redhead as well as singer classes, when they are there, for them you apply the pink color. Okay, so without the dot, if you are binding two class names, then they will select those elements whose class names are available with the both names. అర్థమైందా ఈ పాయింట్ బాబు? Have you understood this point?
Yes.
Very good. So sometimes, okay, now we are under combinators. Actually, I have already started combinators, the word combinators. In the element selectors, in the selectors, in the selection of the elements or the parts, we started with element selector, then ID selector, then class selector. And also now we have seen combinators. Okay. So what we should do is, when we combine these two things or any two selectors in different possibilities, okay, it will select different things. It will select different things. I'll show you that possibilities. Okay, here already I have list items. Okay, list items and all. I will write it separately. So I have a UL LI. Inside the LI, some LIs are with H1s. Some LIs are with the H3s. Okay, so here I have one more thing also, H1 here, H2, H3, oh sorry, combinator. So go to the browser and start. Right, guys. So here I have a list. Oh, all of them are India's. Okay. So when I say in the styling, now we have to observe the different possibilities. So when I say H1 and the color is red, what will be happen? All the H1s will be applied with a color called red. Is it clear? Wherever there is a H1, it will apply with the red. Yes or no? What happens if I write something like UL space H1? Background color is green. So I have given two selectors, two element names here. One is H1 and another one is UL. So the meaning of this, and both of the UL and H1 are separated by the space, single space. So what is the meaning of this selector? The meaning of this selector is it select the H1 who is under UL. I repeat, it select the H1 which is inside the UL. So H1, is there any H1 which is inside the UL?
Yes, we have
Very good.
India and Australia.
Very good. So India and Australia are both are in H1s, but they are also under అంటే తెలుసా నీకు బాబు, అర్థమవుతుందా నీకు? So these two H1s are inside the UL, right? So they will be selected and they will be applied with the color called green, background color called green. So this is called as descendant selector. What is this called? Descendant selector. Descendant selector. Descendant selector. Okay, this is descendant selector. Okay, next. Imagine for all the H1s, after H1 we have a paragraph, and we imagine we have some description below that. Let us convert Russia is also under H1. Okay. So here there is some combination here. You have list items, H1s and paragraphs generally. So now if I select, I'll just remove everything. If I select P, it says P background color is equal to pink. All the paragraphs will be, not all the paragraphs, wherever there is a paragraph in this entire page that will be selected and they get applied with the pink color background. What happens if I say UL space P? Okay, all the ULs, all the paragraphs under UL only. Okay, let me create one more paragraph here. Here, this particular paragraph is not inside the UL, so that is not selected. Can you observe this? UL space P is applying the pink color background only to the paragraphs which are inside the UL. Okay. What happens if I say H1 plus P? Okay, don't worry, guys. You remove this H1 plus P. I have applied a plus symbol with H1 and paragraph. And I say background color is equal to light green. So now you can see some difference. There is nothing has H1 plus P. Thank you. H1 plus P selected only the paragraph below the H1. Why? The reason is like this. H1 plus P means it will select the paragraph which is just beside the H1. Am I clear to you? So this particular paragraph is just behind the India, but this paragraph after USA, this is not behind, beside the H3, beside the H1, it is under H3. How about this paragraph? This paragraph is actually followed by H1, but this is not exact beside. దీని పక్కనే లేదు, దీని మధ్యలో ఇంకొక H1 ఉంది, H4 ఉంది, కాబట్టే దీన్ని సెలెక్ట్ చేయలేదు. How about this one? Why this paragraph is not selected? Because this is having, right. Suppose if I say H1 space P, what will happen?
It will backgrounds all P's which are under H1.
So is there any paragraph in the H1? First of all, this is a very old selector. This is descendant selector.
Actually, H1 doesn't contain P, therefore no P's are selected, sir.
Very good. So if I say greater than P, then
Greater than will be used for divisions like that.
No. అవన్నీ కూడా ఆపరేటర్స్ అమ్మా, వీటికి అప్లై చేస్తారు, వాటికి అప్లై చేస్తారని కాదు. దాని మీనింగ్ ఏంటో తెలియాలి మనకి. అది ఎందుకు పి ఓకే ఒక గ్రేటర్ దాన్ సింబల్ వచ్చింది.
All P's in H1 will be selected, sir, if we use greater than.
ఇది ఇవ్వకపోతే వాట్ ఈస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ డిసెండెంట్ సెలెక్టర్ అండ్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ సెలెక్టర్? ఆ కాంబినేటర్ ని యూజ్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏమొస్తుంది, ఈ కాంబినేటర్ ని యూజ్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏమొస్తుంది? సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ ఐ సే li space p, what will be the output? all the paragraphs which are inside the li will be selected. So every paragraph inside the li got selected except this one. Suppose if I have, okay, ul space p, what will be the output? Ul space p means all the paragraphs which are inside the ul will be selected. I repeat, inside the ul will be selected. What happens if I give, okay, if I have one more paragraph directly inside the ul, I have a paragraph. This is the paragraph I have. That will also get selected. But what happens if I say ul, okay, 1 second, this is also selected, and here also after this li directly one p is there. That also gets selected. This p doesn't belong to any list item. This is a direct item to ul. But if I say ul greater than p,
The immediate level, maybe like wildcard.
see this. So greater than will select only direct childs, direct descendants. I repeat, greater than symbol will select only the direct children, because this p, this paragraph and this paragraph are direct children to ul, so they got selected and they got the green color. Direct children. So like this, every operator will have its own importance, the selection importance. Okay, based upon their place, based upon their point, we have the possibility of selections. Hope you understood. Okay, there is one more operator. You have to search for that. Tomorrow I will be asking you what is the importance of this one, and all the possible combinators. You have to try all the possible combinators. I have explained what is selection, what are the different operators possible in the selection, and how to understand what that particular combinations. నేను మీకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశాను సెలెక్షన్ అంటే ఏంటి, సెలెక్షన్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఏమేమి ఉండొచ్చు, ఉంటే దాన్ని ఎలా అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి అనేది మొత్తం ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశాను. దాన్ని లైవ్ లో ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఓరియంటెడ్ గా చేసి చూపించాను. ఇవి కాకుండా మిగిలినవి చాలా ఉన్నాయి, ఇంకా ఉన్నాయి. సెలెక్టర్స్, కాంబినేటర్స్ కూడా ఇంకా ఉన్నాయి, వాటిని కూడా చూడండి. ఓకే, సిఎస్ఎస్ కాంబినేటర్స్. Yeah, even yeah, please combinators. So space, greater than symbol and plus, and one more cell, this one. నాకు దానికి differentiation చెప్పాలి మీరు. You have to discuss, you have to explain me the differentiation between the plus and this one. Both are sibling selectors, so that is your work. Hope you got my point. Yeah, yes. So this is